Reach for the light. It'll all be fine. I'm still here deep inside, fighting to survive. Vision in my eyes, fire in my tribe. I got the world in my iron sights. I have to shit. Hello. I'm here. I have to shit very badly, but I don't have any toilet paper. So I'm just gonna go. Do you want to come with me while I shit? I'm gonna shit, come back, find the toilet paper, and then wipe. Oh, I hit myself. I wish you could see what it looks like out here. The train came in right on time. The train went off right when I said I was going to come outside to shit. I did have a sneaky secret piece of toilet paper in the trunk of my car. Now, the question is, where do I shit? I'm gonna go right here next to my car like this. So in case people show up, I can sneak around the side, and when they come around, I can stand up. Or I can pop the trunk. Yeah, let's pop the trunk. Here we go. Trunk pop. This here, CCTV cameras, too far away to recognize me. I'm just worried because, chat, here is, so I'm traveling around by myself all the time, right? I'm also probably would be considered a bipolar schizophrenic. So to check to see like, oh, maybe I'm shitting right now. There's poop hanging out of my asshole. I just laid a fat fucking dookie. I laid a dookie the size of do you want to see it? Well, here, listen. So, I'm telling you, I watch a lot of these schizophrenics. And the thing about them is that most of them just have hallucinations that come and go. Like, some are more rapid than others. Some are larger than others. Some are faster, like louder. But the thing about it is that they're very creative sometimes. Like, my hallucinations have taught me most of the things that I say out loud to people later on in life. Like, I'll give like a really profound random thought that I'll share with people, and people are like, what the fuck, how did you come up with that? And I'm like, it literally just beamed into my head. And that's how I learned most of my things, is that I just knew it already. But now people are talking about ancestors, and I really think this is just a sick prank for real. So like, I'm hallucinating right now. As I said, I'm hallucinating. I turned around and a car very far away just kind of manifested out of nowhere. And the last few, so there's nothing out here, it's the middle of nowhere. But I turn around and there's a car like slowly driving by in the far distance. I don't think police have binoculars. Okay, he's coming this way. probably police because there's a police station nearby. But here's the thing. I'm driving away from my Dookie. It was huge. It was huge. It's like, that was like a week's worth of built up shit that just kind of, it was a very solid, nice one. So here, what I'm saying is that some days, those things are coming in more than others. Most people, their thoughts are very profound, very original, very informative. Or if it's malicious, they're very like rude and know exactly how to hurt you, like an extended part of your brain. But I really think, I'm smoking a cigarette. Here's the point I want to make. I'm gonna drop a story on you. So look, 2020, late 2020, I get in the car with my friend Nate and his girlfriend Michaela, and we're going to see one of his friends that his dad hooked up with for a while, out in the middle of the woods. We go to the middle of the woods, and it's this long field, kind of like this, kind of like exactly like this area, like the same size, except there's two houses, one on either side. And we go into the one on the right, and we go in. It feels really bright in there, and it's just one big fat girl. She's in her 40s, like 45, 50, and she's dressed like a teenage girl. She's got like a bright neon green shirt and overalls and long socks, but not like a hippie, more like a high schooler. And we're talking to her, and then she turns on the TV. She tells me about how ketamine healed her depression, K2. And she turns the TV on, and my friend's name is Nathan Winchester, and Supernatural started playing about Dean and Sam Winchester. And it's a scene where Castiel, which was a man that prayed to God to let an angel take over his body, which is what I had been doing for the past 6 months in 2020, was begging God to let me be a part of this, be a part of the change in the world, work for a higher intelligence, higher powers. And it's a scene where, like 7 seasons in, where the angel Castiel is really feeling for the guy that let his body be used. Castiel saw his memories and understands what happened, and that he left his wife and daughter behind to pursue this dream of being an angel. And Castiel is praying to God that, like, look, I know he signed a contract to let me do this, but we can find a better way. Like, I want this man to be able to go home to his family. This isn't what he really wanted, and this isn't what I want for him. I want him to go see his family before they get too old to recognize him and all this stuff. I want him to go back, and I will come back in a different body when it's ready, or I'll do something else. Just let him have his body back. I don't want him to suffer like this anymore. So I'm watching that, paranoid as fuck, tripping out. And then as soon as that happens, Nate and I had just spent the whole day talking about, we can make a lot of money dealing drugs. And these two, like, 25, 26-year-old weirdo-looking, like, dudes come in, and they just say hi to us and go in, but they drive a white Suburban. And so I'm like, okay, God showed us what we could have been if we had followed that dream, which were two losers that got rich and live out in the woods off drugs. So we leave. I go sit in the car. In the back seat is just me and a bunch of like 2 cartons of Danimals, so like 50 Danimals, like strawberry, banana, little Danimal things, and that's it. And they get in the car, and then they get out the car and go in the next house next door, which I guess is his girlfriend's house. So for some reason, even though I've been to his girlfriend's house before, for some reason now his girlfriend's house is next to this new house in the middle of the woods, where I thought, one, she was closer to town. I thought that she lived in a different house, but I guess that's her house now. So they go in, and I'm just sitting there for what feels like 20 minutes. I'm getting really paranoid. I'm just thinking about the universe, and then something in my head goes like, are you ready? Like, I feel the thing like, are you ready to know the truth? this is all a stage. You're focused enough that you can hold the intention, so we're going to teach you. So I'm like, okay. And then I look up, and above the house behind where I was in with the 2 drug dealers, on the top of the tree line, so like sitting in the trees, a bunch of green lights pop up on all the trees, and they're just regular green lights just standing, not moving, but they all turn on at once. And my body, like, I wake up and realize that this is just a stage. We have really no idea what we're a part of, what this world is. This could be like, we could be insanely small like ants to these things, and we could just be in a big little experiment box that they're kind of just seeing how we operate and what to do, like under a microscope. And we would have no idea the scale of how big the universe actually is. So, and also like our concept of time and dimensions and time and space could be different. Like I could be one of like a million clones of myself in different scenarios that my consciousness just, when I go to sleep, it gets taken out and put into a different one to go through a series of tests to judge my soul, and that time isn't actually real. We're just all uploading ourselves into specific situations to process emotions and to judge our character and our spirit as we grow through infinite time, because time is so much smaller in comparison to the rest of the universe. So my soul could be an old soul that's coming back to do certain things, but it could literally just be a school or training or whatever. And they revealed themselves to me because I'd gone through so much learning, and they've watched me grow so much that they think I'm ready to see what happens if they're testing me. So they turn on all the lights of the people that were just sitting outside of the simulation watching. And the things were tall. Like, I didn't see their figures, but they're either small and they can climb trees, they're either flying, or they're really tall and pretending to be trees. But they were at the top of the trees, and they all just switched on. And so I'm sitting there paranoid, frozen in place, because I don't want them to think I know where I'm trying to just kind of see what happens. So I'm like hiding in my body, as a spirit hiding in my body, watching these things happen. And after like, I don't even know how long of just me staring at them, every time I set the intention, like I decided I was going to go out and see what happens, some random character of this simulation that day, so like one of the drug dealers or Kathy, like the old woman that wore the high schooler's clothes, or just some person I've never seen before, every single time, so I'm saying like 2 to 3, 4 times, somebody would just walk out the front door and walk like a possessed robot, basically, like I can't show you, but like really weird robotic movements that I see a lot now in public. And they would walk from the front just around to the back of the building, or they would come back around the building and they would go check the car and just pretend to be looking through the car for nothing and not find whatever they were looking for and go back. But they would do that every time I was going to open the car door to get out. So like something just ordered them to run out of the house for some reason. So like they were patrolling so that I couldn't go behind that building without it being like, I don't know, socially unacceptable. I would get caught, or just to scare me. Or my brain told me that it was like, if you want to be a spy, you're going to have to learn how to maneuver through these people. So you're going to have to sneak by them. So they weren't going to let me go to find out what those things are without having to sneak through these people that I thought were people that had just talked to me for hours, but suddenly we're all possessed by something else. So they're just showing me the green lights. I don't know what to do. I look over, and with perfect timing, like I didn't mean to look over, but I just casually decided to look over to the other building where Nate is, that they went inside, and I look out, and the girl, Nate's girlfriend, is guiding him into the woods, and neither of them are wearing clothes. They're completely naked and running into the woods. And my brain told me, okay, she's going to put a demon inside him. They're doing a ritual. That's what my brain told me. Like, it was just so obvious to me that they're going into the woods to do a ritual where Nate fucks Michaela. She guided him into the woods. And they're going to put a demon in both of them to come back. As like a sick ritual. So I turn back and look at the green lights, and I feel the calling, like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It's right in your face. Are you just going to sit here? Are you going to drive away? What are you going to do? So at the same time, I feel like if these things are watching me and doing all this stuff, and I've been through so much and they've helped me out, like, I've been through so many terrible situations and I've made it out. So they must be kind of benevolent. But now my hallucinations wrapping around my head are saying they're not. So finally I get out, and I don't, just to prove that I could do it, I run straight back to the streetlight behind me as fast as I can, and I stand at the streetlight and start doing push-ups and jumping jacks to prove, like, I might not be able to take that thing head on because I don't know what it is. You could kill me, whatever, but I can do something. It's like they could have shot me, they could have run out, they could have sent those zombies to attack me. But I got out and I ran to the streetlight. So then I walk back and I get in the car, and as soon as I get in the car, Nate and Michaela come out from the woods with clothes on, and they're just giggling, laughing, like cackling, crazy. And they open the car door not the one that they're in, but the one that I'm in. So they just come right in and right in my face, and they pick up the animals, like, drink the sugar, Casey. Because I had been fasting for 3 months, and I'd been advocating for, like, the only way to keep yourself conscious in this is to stop eating the food that they're telling you to eat and start just completely fast and see what happens, because your body knows how to heal itself. We've just been lied to and forced to eat chemicals that they control. They being the people that made the supermarkets and control the food products that we eat. Like, the freedom of choice isn't real because we only get the certain amount of options that we have. So the ones that control what gets put into that supermarket that we eat force us to eat. You feel me? So, batteries for the Matrix. So they're just shoving the sugar in my face, saying, "Eat the sugar, Casey. Drink the sugar. Drink the sugar." And they're cackling and cackling. And then we get in the car, and I don't remember what happens next. I assume I went home. But I'm saying this because I feel like my entire soul is deteriorating. I feel retarded. I want to do better. I'm smoking the last of my cigarettes. Right now, I'm going to write down my goals like I always do. And I'm going to hope for the best and try to get things done. I could go up to Plattsburgh and I could sit in that back lot all day, and then at nighttime I could come in and do my music. I was feeling really good the past few days, but then I pulled into the gym, and all of them were robots, like, completely. They were all walking funny. They were all trying to fight me through the window, like, psychologically. Like, as soon as I pulled in, they just kept spreading as much hate as possible. And then when they felt like they took my attention, they tried to, like, they stood one of the robots in the center of the room and tried to suck up all the information inside of that guy. But I'm taking all the information now and putting it back in myself. And when I do that, the light gets brighter in this car. So I took all the information out from him. I suck it back into myself. I anoint myself back as the God that I'm supposed to be. And I look for the light. I find the light. I find a star. I go to the star and I connect to the star with love. I love the star. Now the information is coming in. Now the star is above my head. It turned into a crown, and now it's on me, and I'm wearing a crown. So I look up to the constellation Sagittarius, and I ask Sagittarius for his favor based off of my competence for my entire life. And I ask it that I'm willing to take the chance again if you please bless me. So what I'm saying is that the last time I was in this park and ride, last night, I was making some amazing music, but I felt all my soul energy start to get drawn into the woods, like something was trying to take that attention from me. And I look over, and I'm still seeing it, like I'm still hallucinating. I'm seeing a bunch of different colored spirits, like levels of light and dark, like some are lighter than others. Some are just completely dark, like shadows. And they creep out of the car and come towards me. I've had moments where I'm meditating and I have a really big, solid connection to the sky. and then a helicopter flies directly above me and stops, so I can't connect to the sky anymore. So yeah, like I'm seeing a lot, but I don't feel conscious. Like I don't feel like any angels are here, or at least I'm making bad decisions with these cigarettes. So here's the deal. I've gotten morbidly obese. I'm not morbidly obese like huge, but I'm pretty fucking fat and my muscles are pretty much gone. So I'm hoping that if you heard any of that, I'm hoping that tomorrow I can go back into Burlington called CVOEO, the community outreach, and I can get a gas card and a gym membership to this gym up here. Maybe a case manager. Once I have that, I can pull my camera out, work on getting a microphone, put the music in, set because my car's, I live in a bad pit of depression. So I'll ask them about getting some type of setup with ADHD medication or something. Once I do that, so I have gas, a gym membership, and some things for the future at 2222. Then I have something I can do for the next month because I can't take off until my DoorDash comes back. So I have to call them tomorrow. I dropped my smoke on the ground. I still got a hit left, baby. Then I can start monitoring my progress. I can get back to keeping my notes down. I can go into the woods and walk around more during the day. Find more adventures. Connect back to God. Raise above these limiting beliefs that have been placed in me. Work through my karma. And then just keep getting things that will better my life and prepare me for the future that's coming. My dad's a disgusting demon piece of shit. And I wouldn't say he deserves to die, but I think he definitely deserves to rot. Because he's only getting worse. And I'm getting worse, but I'm still trying. That's an energy drink. So I got myself as fat and as unhealthy as possible, like a plastic piece of garbage full of McDonald's food and no sleep. Look at where I live. And it's that messy all the way back. And I did this so that I can get through it and get to the vision I see of myself as a king. And I can do it on camera for everybody that watches, so they can see my progress. And they can do it along with me. I want to inspire people to do better. I want to contribute to these people that don't give a fuck about me. And then I want to move up and into the stars where I'm supposed to be. Because I'm a star. I'm a god. Casey Francis O'Brien is a king. He's the Lord. He's the ace. He's the peak of the mountain. He's the crown. He's the charismatic, funny genius that just loves to have fun and make amazing dates for women. And amazing moments and experiences for men to reach their highest self. And I'm so excited to keep going. But if there's anybody listening, please support me. Okay, let's go to Heather and see what happens.